Hi, and welcome back to my channel. This week's question or problem is it possible to find the red area, or does it depend on the length B to E and B to C as that changes when we get different areas? Can you get an exact value? If you want to have a go at this problem yourself, pause the video now. Otherwise, I'm going to show you a solution if there's an exact one. So pause the video now. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to show you what I would do to approach this problem. Okay, so the first thing that I would do is I would label one of the sides. So I'm going to label the radius of the small quarter circle X, and then that means because the radius of the small quarter circle and the radius of the large quarter circle adds up to 4, that the radius of the large quarter circle is then 4 minus X. Now, we know that the length here, the height of that quarter circle, which is also the radius, is also X. And then we know the diameter of this semicircle, because the height of the large quarter circle, the radius, is 4 minus X. Okay, because you've got that along here. So if we do 4 minus X, take away another X, we're going to get 4 minus 2X. Now that's the diameter of the semicircle there. So the radius would be a half of that, which would be 2 minus X. Okay, so we can start now formulating what the area would be in terms of X, because we've got it all in one variable. So the red area is going to be a quarter pi r squared for the large quarter circle. So a quarter pi times by 4 minus X all squared. And then we're going to add on the small quarter circle, which again is going to be a quarter pi X squared, because X is the radius. And then we're going to subtract a half, because it's a semicircle, pi times by 2 minus X, because that's the radius, squared, just like that. Okay, now what we need to do is expand these brackets. So the 4 minus X squared and the 2 minus X squared, we need to expand those brackets. So let's go about doing that. We're going to concentrate first of all on the quarter pi 4 minus X squared. Okay, so we are going to get a quarter pi and then expanding these brackets. So 4 minus X times 4 minus X will give you 16 minus 8X plus X squared in our brackets. So we get a quarter pi, like I say, 16 minus 8X plus 8X squared. Put the quarter pi inside, and we're going to get 4 pi minus 2 pi X plus a quarter pi X squared. Okay, so let's go back to our equation for our red area. We're going to replace that there. And now we've got to work out what a half pi 2 minus X all squared would be. So let's have a look at that. Now again, two of those brackets times together, 2 minus X times 2 minus X is going to give us 4 minus 4X plus X squared. Okay, and then we're going to put a half pi inside the bracket, or expand the bracket, and we're going to get 2 pi minus 2 pi X plus a half pi X squared. Now let's go back to what we had and replace that. And let's remember we got to make all of that negative inside the bracket because we're subtracting it all. So that's going to give us this, minus 2 pi plus 2 pi X minus a half pi X squared. Now what hopefully you notice at this point is that we've got minus 2 pi X and plus 2 pi X. So those two things will cancel and we'll get left with this. Now, if I'm collecting my like terms, I've got a quarter pi X squared plus a quarter pi X squared. So that gives me a half pi X squared. But again, if we notice, we've got a half pi X squared minus a half pi X squared. So they will cancel as well. And that leaves us with 4 pi minus 2 pi, which gives us an exact answer of 2 pi units squared as the area. So it doesn't matter the height of that quarter circle if you subtract the semicircle in the way that we have in this question, we will always end up with an exact value depending on the initial length we're given as the radius of the quarter circle, the large quarter circle, and the radius of the small quarter circle. That will always give you an exact value if we're given an exact initial value for those two radii added together. And in this case, when they're added together as 4, we get a red area of 2 pi units squared. That's pretty interesting, I think, and pretty cool that you get an exact answer there. Right, well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you tried it yourself, I hope that you got the same answer. And if you did it a different way, please share that down in the comments below. If you liked this video, please drop a like on the video. And if you are not already, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next Monday at 5 p.m. for another problem-solving video. Until then, bye-bye.